Okay, so this is another unscripted video, but it is at least planned. Unfortunately, I really wish I did it the other day when I like had the epiphany in the bathroom, because it would have been all like full force and whatever. Unfortunately, I waited, and so of course now I'm like, what was I gonna say? But I think that this is going to be one of the most important videos that I make, as long as I can articulate correctly what I am trying to get across. So, first and foremost, there's a couple different ways to view what I'm going to be talking about, and I want to make sure what I'm talking about is clear. I mean, first I want to clarify for everybody, there's something gross on my rug, that follows me closely. This video has nothing to do with my most recent ex, actually. I mean, if you, just in case somebody thought, like, I thought of it because whatever we're going through or whatever, but no. This actually literally has nothing to do with something I had towards. Anyways, I'll explain that later. But so what I was thinking about the other day was, have you noticed, and you have, that it is so much easier, either it's so much easier or you are so much more apt to, I mean, the easy term would say to go after the asshole. But have you ever noticed that you, like, sometimes you won't even really care about, not care about, but pay so much attention to your relationship anymore, and then all of a sudden, if, like, they go somewhere, or you think it might be ending or whatever, all of a sudden, like, you have to get their attention back, and blah, blah, blah. So that is actually all a part of the part of you that needs to be needed. You need to be liked, you need to be desired, you need to be unique, you need to be once in that person's lifetime. And that all comes from feeling replaceable, feeling whatever you had as a child that affected you. I can only speak for myself. But something along the way made you need to find a way to be accepted and need to find a way to be irreplaceable almost, indisposable. You have that need programmed inside of you. And that's actually not exactly what I'm talking about, though it coincides with this conversation. So those traits to try and get somebody back that you lost, even if you actually don't even know if you want to be with them, if it's an unhealthy relationship or whatever the reason may be, you don't even necessarily want to end up with them, yet for some reason you're like, why aren't you calling me, or like sending them cute songs, and trying to make them remember what's good about you, you know what I mean? Like, so that all kind of coincides with it. What I'm more referring to, that I wanted to make this video for, because I want to get a message across this time. It's really important to me to say this, because I love every single one of you that writes me comments, sends me messages. Some of you hit me up on Instagram. A lot of you talk to me on Tumblr. I need you to know things. And it's really important for you to know that I still spend days like this morning curled up in the fetal position, not wanting to get out of bed, and crying, and dealing with my traits. But I know, okay, I'm getting off track. Anyways, I'm making this because it's important for me to tell you something. So the two best examples I can give of what I'm talking about is, for instance, have you ever had somebody that's chasing your affection, and they're really good to you and you have all their attention in the world, but at that moment it's almost annoying sometimes, and you're actually trying to get the attention of someone else, and it's because they're not giving you that attention that you're, like, maybe they're giving you some attention, but you know that they have their own life, and maybe they're hanging out with some person they used to sleep with and they're not sleeping with them anymore, but you're like, hey, remember when you gave me attention? And you just look for ways to like get them to miss you or like want to give you attention or whatever. And meanwhile, there's this person over here that's like so nice to you, and you're like, no thanks. I know that you've done it because that's one of our problems is we push away the people who are genuinely sweet to us. But something I've noticed about why we chase the asshole, which is what this video is for, is if you sit back and realize, and I'm able to do this because I've gone through so much personal growth and I've gotten really good at finding my level of calm, that I was sitting back the other day just analyzing certain things in my life, and I realized, wow, like I did some of those things literally because if I think about it, I needed that person to look at me the way they once did, or I needed that person to crave being around me instead of someone else. And when in reality, if I sat back and looked at it, I didn't even necessarily want to be with that person. I didn't think that they were the nicest person I've ever met. I didn't like just something, I mean, like, it's not somebody you actually really want for yourself, you know? Or my other example, relationships you keep around for so long can be because, well, first of all, there's obviously the relationship where you guys, it's chaos. You fight all the time so that you can make up. And you have to keep like winning each other back and having that romantic phase. And then when things like settle back down and get boring, you fight again. And that is something I'm trying to escape in my life, is allowing myself around people that do that, because I used to be that person and I really don't want to go backwards. So, I mean, if you're feeling too calm with me, try pushing me up against a wall in a public place. Like, I don't know, find another way, please. But I think a lot of it too is me, after me having such toxic relationships, especially, obviously, you guys know my main ex, that I was just a wreck. After we both grew separately from each other, I had met new people since then, and I realized things that I want in a person. I realized that it can feel good. Like, I don't want to fight for somebody's attention anymore. I don't want to give myself the instant gratification of chasing somebody who I have to catch their attention, and then when I do, you feel great. But then when you don't have their attention again, that doesn't feel good. If you think about it, if you really sit back and think about it, do you want that for yourself? Like, sit back and think, okay, does this person make me feel good all the time? Did they make me feel good? Did they look at you the way you look at them, or are they trying the way that you're trying? Does it make you feel good? Because I spent so long doing that with people, and then I had someone who, like, just loved me so much. She loved me. She thought I was beautiful, and she would, like, little things, you know what I mean? Like obsessing over the way you sing a song, or like just somebody who genuinely cares about you. And when you have that and it's reciprocated, I think you come to a point where you look, if you get yourself in a situation where you're almost competing for someone's attention, or like you have this all-time high when you have this really cute conversation with somebody or something, or like when they, like, whatever, get this all-time high, and then all of a sudden when they're being a dick and they're too busy or like something, anything, and then you like are low again, those highs and lows, that's you going backwards. That's your subconscious finding subtle ways without you noticing to bring you back into that roller coaster effect. What's that word? When you try and get someone, damn it. I can't think of it. Pursuing. Ha! You pursuing that person that only gives you their attention in certain doses or like whatever. Granted, it can't be because you're being unhealthy in a needy way either. But you know what I mean? Like normally, like a person that you are genuinely chasing their attention around and just hoping like they're going to reciprocate it. But yet you're on hold, you know what I mean? Like they're just you're basically on hold with them. Like those are the relationships that I want you to sit back and say and just think, like, is this what I want for myself? As you're growing, you're doing things to personally grow. So don't do that to yourself. Are they giving you what you deserve as a person now, as who you are today? You're giving them what you can give them, but are they giving it back? And if it makes you feel like shit, don't do it. Because either they're going to be like, all right, whoa, she's not going to take that shit, and they'll smarten up, or you're going to meet somebody way fucking better and like, cool, keep a friendship with that guy, but like always, always, always hold out for the person who looks at you as many times as you look at them. Don't let yourself get in that cycle of, I miss this person so much, or like you spend so much time like writing down, hi, poopies, like writing down songs that you can give them and this and that because they're not responding right now. They're too busy to talk to you for like whatever reason. And like I said, only if they're genuinely like if they're really like out to eat with their parents or something, calm down. But I mean, if they're intentionally just like, they're not excited to talk to you in the morning like you are with them and stuff like that, those are the relationships that just don't do it to yourself. I need you to calmly step back and say, okay, this isn't 1000% mutual right now, so it's not going to happen right now. And that's the best thing I've done for myself in any situation, is be able to stop for a second, just pause. I don't like to respond to anything immediately, especially when somebody's fighting with me. I like to sit and say, okay, how would I normally respond? And how does that make them respond? And is that going to be counterproductive? Or like I wait and I say, okay, how do I want to approach the situation? Developing that ability to do that has helped me in so many categories, such as this, being able to sit back and be like, okay, wait, like I know this could have potential, this could be great, but at the same time, it can't be me doing all the work. You can't control, okay, yes, it could be great, but is it great? If it's not, maybe it's just not right now, or maybe it's never going to be, but either way, it's not right now, and all you have is right now. So stop pursuing it. Just put it down. Maybe it's gonna suck right now, but I guarantee you, when you actively like let what's best for you come to you, you are just you're gonna completely understand it. And just don't settle for somebody who sucks up all of your everything, you know? Because again, like I said, it's actually, it's a way of going back to our unhealthy behaviors, because since they're not giving you that attention, it's like you continuously earn it. You're continuously earning their gratification, and it makes you, it's like a little temporary high for you when they respond to it. And you can't live for that. You can't. If anything, go give yourself fucking instant gratification all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, go have a bomb-ass workout, and soon enough you're gonna look fantastic naked and show that off in a bathing suit. Like, just keep doing what is healthy. You know, it's really so disappointing when I have these, like, wicked good conversations and videos planned and then they come out like this. I gotta tell you, I'm really upset about it. I don't remember what made me think of it the other day, or, like, how exactly it went in my head, and I was like, oh my god. I mean, but basically the moral of the story is sit back and say, okay, does this make me feel good at the end of the day? Because I guarantee you, if it's that person that you're working to get their attention, because when you get it, everything's so great, but then when they're not texting you, you're like, do you sit there sometimes and just feel like shit because they're not talking to you, or like look for ways to make them think you're funny or want to have a great conversation? Like, hi, red flag. That shit. You're better than that. You're better than that. If it makes you feel shitty, you do not need it. Let it go, because the longer you hold on to it, the more you're holding yourself back from moving forward and being healthy. I promise. And I love you.